There we go.
So anyway, there you go. Oh, listen to that.
Good story.
Oh, fantastic. So we were just talking about the Thursday record, which is fantastic. Full Collapse. I remember hearing it, like understanding in a car crash, like everything about it. But then seeing them live, just that record seemed to be really super hard to like capture again.
You're repeating what you said. Does that mean that we lost everything we just said, you fucking piece of shit?
Absolutely. Yeah, we did. Sorry. That was misfire. But I thought that was obvious. But yeah, I remember seeing Thursday on the Curiosa tour and just being kind of like bummed because I wanted it to sound like the record. But it's a great record, and that's what everyone remembers. So, okay, Mark.
Yes.
Hi, Mark.
Hi.
Hey.
So we were talking about
the first
after we got signed.
Yeah, how did that go?
It went well.
Okay,
we did the album with Sal Villanueva from Murphy's Law in Jersey City.
Quest for Herb.
And I'm not gonna lie, like almost immediately after we put out the album, shit just started happening. It wasn't like this, like, oh, we had to tour so hard. No, like people just came out and just it got really big.
They fucking knew the fucking words like right away, right? Like
yeah.
So then, like, when all right, so you said it took you like a week or so to like make a record. Do you remember the first tour that you guys booked after the record?
Victory Records tour.
Yeah,
and it was with Reach the Sky, Grade.
Oh man, that's awesome! I love Grade.
Yeah, it was. Student Rick. Remember that?
Oh,
I
shit,
don't.
yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I remember the name, yeah.
I don't even remember that name. So
they were horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, well, shout out to them.
Yeah,
they're playing Reading Festival tonight.
And so that was the first tour. And
where'd you guys go?
It was a very long. I don't know.
Was that the first long tour that you guys were on?
Yeah. The first tour that we didn't, Eddie didn't book. That was it.
Which is cool. I think that's probably maybe even at this point the best part about being on the label is that you don't have to go and like do the contacts and try to like fill in dates and stuff. It's kind of like, let's make a record. You guys handle this.
Booking agent,
Yeah.
Tour manager.
Like completely. Like that's all you have to do is just continue to make music and tour.
Right.
Which is great. So then you go, it's like, all right, Mark, it's like, here, this is where you guys are going to be for like the next 30 days. So it was like what, like a month tour, 2 month?
I think it was like a 2-month tour. I'm
Yeah.
not positive, but I think so.
And the places that you were hitting, obviously, did you have the CDs with you? And like people were just buying them and like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then from there, like the seeds were planted.
Yeah.
All right. So then I know that by the second record, I guess Sean and John left.
Yeah.
Like how long after that first record did things take like a little turn?
Not that long.
Really?
Because shit just got real hectic real quick. I don't want to call it Adam. But
Well, no.
he was dating John's sister and
Yeah.
yada yada yada, and then everybody was not happy.
Yeah. And then and I guess probably it's easier to walk away from something like that in the beginning than it would be 20 years from now, where you're like, holy shit, this is how we're making our living.
Yeah.
Well, when they walked away, I was like, no, don't do that. That's a bad idea. You should stay.
We're happening.
Where, it's finally all of our dreams are coming true. And John didn't, he's not that kind of guy, which you got to respect. He doesn't give a shit about, I don't know, money or whatever.
And his sister
He might
was
now
involved.
because he has a family.
Yeah, of course. and so Sean was just like, I'm out too.
Yeah.
And so you figure it was like you, Eddie, and Adam.
Yeah.
Like what made you just be like, fuck it, I'm in. Like let's just keep going.
I didn't know what to do, so I actually did a bunch of the Straight Outta Run demos with them. Because I don't know, I was confused. Who the fuck quits your band after you just got big? So and then Eddie called me one day and he was like, "Yeah, well, if you quit, we're gonna get Sammy from Civ
Oh shit!
And that really fucking irked me because I know how good he is.
He is
and,
fucking pretty good.
yeah. And I was like, all right, all right, I'm in.
Don't do that.
Fuck you, Eddie.
Wow. So then I figure, like, I'm trying to like put myself in that frame of mind. It's like, here you are, like, you're like, you know, you're still kids, but you're like, holy shit, we're signed. We have a record people seem to love. We're on a tour, or we have tours. And now 2 of my friends don't want to do this anymore. This could fuck the whole shit up. It's like, I mean, obviously, I'm sure you did what I would do is like, please, like, let's just talk this out. Like, you know, it's like some kind of monster approach. Like, everyone is in there. So you were like Kirk Hammett, basically.
I was just like Kirk. Guys,
why can't we just get along?
Stop it.
All right.
What a pussy. When I saw that, I was like, how could one of the guys in the baddest bands of all time be
he
such a pussy?
Seemed, pretty much, you know,
Yeah.
definitely like, you have like James and like Lars, like, and Kirk's like, guys, please.
They all came off like pussies.
They all came off pretty fucking bad.
Everybody that
Even
touched that
Dave
movie
Mustaine.
came off like a total
It was
he was
pussy.
crying.
You guys made the guy from Megadeth cry in a movie.
I read Eddie Van Halen said something about that film that they were all
one of Dan
pussies.
Tur's favorite guitarists, right there, Eddie Van Halen,
One of
top 5
my
hair metal.
favorite #1 guitar player of all time. But anyway, that's another list sometime. But he's like, I don't get what a bunch of pussies they are. He's
Yeah.
like, if you don't like someone in your fucking band, you just throw them out because that's all they ever did. You know what I mean? He's like, that's band psychologist. Like, fuck
I
that.
guess so.
But great movie, though.
It's a movie about people, I think, that just lost touch with reality completely.
Yes.
It is because
it is a good film.
It's great.
Yeah.
I
You know
what I
actually
mean?
just watched it the
Yeah,
other day.
it is
so
very
good.
good.
You do lose touch, I would imagine, because like these guys have been like living that famous rock star lifestyle for so long.
Especially him and Lars. It's like fucking brother. It's like almost like they're fucking brothers, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
They're
Like
family.
at the drive-in couldn't get along after signing like $1 million contract for Grand Royal, which was Mike D from
Yep.
the Beastie
Yeah,
Boys
yeah.
label, and it was like $1 million, and they were just like, "Fuck it, we're breaking up." Bass. And I'm thinking, like, you must really, really not like that
But
motherfucker.
the Smiths got offered to reunite for Coachella for like, shit, I don't even remember how many million.
Yeah.
And it was like, no.
Morrissey's like, nah, 3 songs and I'm
I'm
out.
pretty sure Mike Joyce was down to do it.
I think the other 2 guys, not named Johnny Marr and
Are you
Morrissey,
sure you guys don't
Yeah.
want to do this shit? They were like,
guys
"No."
sitting there DJing for fucking money, like, you know. And,
Yeah, Andy Rourke and Mike Joyce were down.
They were
I think
in.
they were signed.
yeah, they
But
were they're like,
Lauren Morrissey, they just,
like, nah, we
who
got our
needs
own
those
things.
guys?
So, all right.
Which is a total dick move. Like, you know,
Yeah.
just do the thing.
It is. I mean, you're only alive. If you're here on this earth for so long, people loved your fucking. I mean, would it kill you to just do a nostalgia tour? You don't have to make a record. Just tour the States and UK
For
once.
me,
Get paid and leave. That's it.
they are like my Beatles.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I know you're not a big Morrissey fan,
No, you know,
like music wise.
I think it's horrible.
Yeah.
I literally think it's
Let it all
awful music, but people love it. Wow. It's just insane. to
This
me.
motherfucker hates Iron Maiden too. So what does he fucking know? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I fucking hate Billy Joel, and I live
I'm
on
talking.
Long Island.
I'm
so-
talking about him.
I know that. No, I know
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, you know.
All right. So All right. So they leave, and it's like, fuck it. What did Victory say about that?
If Tony had anything to do with anything, I don't really know. You know,
They were just like, fuck it. We got this record. It's selling. Good luck with your band.
after they quit, it was crazy. We were selling literally like 10 to like maybe 15,000 albums a fucking week.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
You could still sell records back.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was before
Yeah.
the whole bubble burst, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be the craziest shit. Like, when I go to our band camp and see 3 people downloaded the record, I'm like, yo, fucking shit.
What time's the limo?
Yeah. I'm like, yo, like, all right, we're going to go eat somewhere.
Yeah.
But, like, I can't imagine.
I can't
going
afford
to
that
Red
old
Lobster
country
tonight.
buffet shit, but,
We're getting 2 biscuits.
At that point, though, I don't think I understood
Yeah.
what that was. Like, I just didn't. It didn't. It didn't set in until way later, until I was almost 30, to where,
Yeah.
you know.
And it's awesome. I love the story of something like this, you know, because you get to do what you love, you know, passion. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Sure.
So how soon before Fred and like Matt plug in?
You know, almost. You know, once I remember Eddie calling me about Sammy from Civ, and it really pissing me off. And then, like, immediately I was like, all right, let's do it. And so I knew Matt Rubano. I grew up with him in Baldwin, down the block. So I knew he was a very good bass player. I didn't know, I hadn't seen him in years, but I knew he was a good bass player.
I hear him on Sirius.
Is he doing it? You know,
he's a
did
DJ.
he did like a whole tell-all about Taking Back Sunday recently, and it wasn't very. He didn't have nice things to say, and
Did not know that. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
you
why-
fucking piece of shit.
I gotta look that up. I gotta skim to the mark parts.
But and then I can't remember why Fred. Maybe I think Fred tried out because he was in Breaking Pangea, and Eddie played shows with them with Clockwise and I Don't Matter, whoever.
So those 2 guys get thrown in. Like, were you guys writing songs with John and Sean before that they basically took, or how does that work?
Yeah, we had 5 songs with John and Sean, and they were really, really bad.
Okay.
So,
Doesn't, all right.
yeah.
It went nowhere. Okay.
Yeah, it went nowhere. And then literally they were Matt and Fred were almost the only guys that we tried out. So I tried out my friend Dan Ing, and he's dead now.
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay. I would shout him out, but I guess
I'm
not.
sorry.
Yeah. The show just took a really morbid turn.
Very special episode.
Maybe you should cut that out.
Nah.
No.
I mean, who's gonna edit this shit? You know, I almost didn't even record. I just happened to look down. I'm like, oh shit! Now we got to say the
blue and
Thursday.
not red.
We got to say the Thursday story all over
One
again.
more
Jeez.
time.
So yeah, it was only him.
Where was
before-
I? Why was it could have been like me and Eddie, two fat Spanish guys in the band.
I asked Alex to
That
try
makes
out.
sense.
Yeah, but
Was he out of the movie? He was out of the movie.
he had
life,
just left the movie life at that point and was like, nah, I can't.
oh man, I'm in. I asked him to be on the show. Dude. She's like, oh, Mark's got better stories.
He's a great guy.
I
Love
love him.
Alex.
Yeah, he's the best.
Love Alex.
All right, so then, I mean, shit. This is basically like Robert Trujillo getting fucking thrown in, basically. It's like you have a band with a following that's doing very well.
Mm-hmm.
And wasn't the second record on Warner Brothers?
No, second one was on Victory.
Victory as well.
Yeah.
Where You Want to Be?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so how quick, like, you guys get in? How quick for you guys to write that record?
I can't remember, but we wrote that record in the room where Joe got really upset with me for bringing a snare drum.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Was it a snare drum that I broke?
It was like the little thing on the back.
Yeah, right.
So,
But it was in. Yeah, we did it. We wrote Where You Want to Be in that room.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And were you like psyched? Did you feel at any point like, hey, I wish John and Sean were back? Which I'm sure
The entire time that they left, I
Of
didn't
course.
want them to not be there.
Yeah, but
Because then it was like some made up. It felt like a made up bullshit thing. It wasn't like 5 guys that started from the ground up. It was 3 guys that hired these 2 guys to fill in the spots and sound like the guy that used to be in the band.
do you feel like maybe I mean, is that the approach like that they were going for? It's like, okay, now we got to do the John thing, or did Fred kind of? You feel like he did his own thing?
He did his own thing, maybe on Louder Now. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the record after.
Yeah.
So, all right, but then from there, like, the crowd really probably grew.
Yeah, it was very big.
When did you like make it out of the local shows to like, let's say, like an Irving Plaza or some shit like that?
When John and Sean were still in, we were.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
like, I mean, once you hit Irving, for like us New Yorkers, that's kind of like, right? You're just like,
I think Thursday's playing there in 2 weeks, so you know.
Really?
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
Thursday's actually playing with Jeff Rosenstock and a band called Pup, which I fucking love, for free in Brooklyn, like in June, I think like June something. So
We asked Jeff to come on the summer tour with us, and he said no.
fuck,
Yeah.
really?
Uh huh.
Wow.
I mean, he might be doing his own thing.
I know
So-
him and Vinny from Movie Life did something together, didn't they? Like that acoustic thing or whatever.
Jeff
Really?
Rosenstock? I mean, they probably played a show or something,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, that he's. I just saw him with the Menzingers, which you guys toured with.
Yeah.
I
Great
saw
band. Man, their new, like, hits.
their new record's fucking
Fantastic.
pretty fucking good, man.
Yeah.
And like it's so like their music. There's two guitar players, but you wouldn't even know because like the other guy, they don't really do much as far as like leads go. It's just all melody. It's just like simple chords, but the fucking melodies are just so goddamn catchy.
Yeah.
And it took me forever to get into them because even when you played with them, I was like, I don't give a shit. I saw them in Philly, and then I saw them when you guys played the Paramount. I went over, and I was like, whatever. And then there was something that just happened. So it was just, I don't know, maybe the songs got better, or maybe I just listened differently, and I was like, oh, this band's great. So when do you leave Victory?
After Where You Want to Be.
Now, how did that happen? Was it just like a 2-record deal, or
No.
it was like a 100-record
It was
deal?
Yeah, I was
I
about to
think-
say, I don't think Victory
Yeah.
does 2 record deals.
I was definitely
I
joking.
think it was a 100.
Yeah, I think it was, right? Like,
yeah.
that's what they were
Yeah.
doing. So you guys still owe them records.
Yeah, so Warner Brothers bought us out, and then,
That's fucking huge.
yeah, it was sick.
Like
It
the
was sick.
WB,
Yeah. yeah.
basically, you know?
And at that point, it was a lot of rock
How the
on
fuck
where you want to
does that happen?
on Warner Brothers. You sell a lot of albums.
And then they come sniffing around. They're like, we want this band. And, like, who approaches you guys? Like, well, like, how'd you first...
Probably our A&R guy who was there, who passed away from brain cancer.
Wow.
Yeah, but he came, and then he brought us to Tom Wally, who was the president at that point, and then they signed us. And then we got to work with Eric Valentine, and that was sick.
The man. That's
Yeah.
right. I watched his recording videos. He did stuff with Queens of the Stone Age and a whole bunch of other bands, right?
Yeah,
So I know you love recording with him, right?
yeah.
That's like
He's
your
great.
boy,
He's a
right?
drummer. Makes his drums very loud in all of his mixes. So-
Where's does he have like a? Does he move around with studios?
No, he has one.
Where?
Vine. On Vine, and I can't remember.
But I mean, like New York.
No, L.A.
Oh, okay. All right. So then you guys get bought out. The band's moving along, right? At this point, do you feel like Fred and Matt are like? Does it feel like a new Taking Back Sunday, or do you still feel kind of like resentful that the other two left?
I was mad at them for leaving, and then I always hated playing music with Fred because he was just impossible. He was a total fucking control freak. And then so I would write a lot of guitar parts, and then, but I would take him to John, who is a laid-back, fantastic guy, and Fred is not.
Okay.
He's the exact opposite of John, so I lost my ability to write songs, basically, because I would just show him to who, he's the new John, so I'm going to show him my songs, and it was really bad. Him and I always hated each other.
So he wasn't here on your riffs. He was like,
He
nah.
wasn't, nah. He was a total asshole about every little detail
Yeah.
dealing with Taking Back Sunday.
So how long before you got a song in there? After he left, or did he didn't-
When John and Sean came back, I was finally able to do what I did on Tell Your Friends with songwriting, which
Okay.
was go to John, show him my song.
Yeah. Which I mean, for the longest, like, I didn't even know, but like whenever, like, obviously whatever band we were doing, you and I was like when we first started playing, I'm like, damn, I'm like, this drummer really is kind of like, I'm like, he's got songwriting ideas and opinions, which for the most part sometimes I wasn't used to. And then when you told me, you're like, yeah, no, like I wrote this song, I was like, oh, okay, so you're like a songwriter completely.
Musically, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Music,
Well,
I
musically,
write music,
yeah, it doesn't.
not lyrics.
Yeah, as far as like a singer, like if you were, if you give like a singer like melodies and lyrics, like most singers, like except for like Vince Neil's like, fuck it, get a blowjob. I got no time to write melodies and fucking lyrics. Like Nikki Sixx, how does it go? He's like, goes like, home sweet home. Perfect. Cut the tape. I'm gonna do this line and we're in.
Think about Dr. Feelgood,
Yeah.
like bringing that song. Guys, I have a song named Dr. Feelgood.
Yeah.
He's what they call Dr. Feelgood.
Or the fact that Kickstart My Heart was because he fucking OD'd.
Yeah.
Like at 11, I wasn't ready for that story. I'm like, wait, this guy died and then wrote a song about it?
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to do drugs. That probably is what started me being like, like, I want to do that. Because when you're younger, drugs just sound kind of romantic. I remember watching like Sid and Nancy and stuff like that. It's just...
Well, that wasn't. That was pretty gross. That was
Oh.
pretty like.
Well,
right? Like
that
the-
example, I'm thinking like, how about Pulp Fiction? When
Yeah.
John Travolta does that line,
Well-
then like tries to like flirt with like, Mia Wallace.
Yeah, sure. There's a lot of examples like that. You
Yeah.
know, where you see.
My first thing with drugs is like, I remember thinking, oh my god, drugs are horrible, is when Chris Farley died.
Fucking year was that?
Maybe like 90, what, 4, 5?
Yeah, probably.
Didn't you sell him weed?
But when I found out that he was doing heroin, or
Yeah.
I was very hurt.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
I just saw a documentary on him that I am.
Chris Farley?
Yeah, just came out like a couple years ago.
Really?
I think it's called I Am Chris or something simple like that. Yeah. It's not. It's good if you're a Farley fan, but it doesn't really delve into everything. It's a little bit on the surface. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's obviously a lot more shit going on.
I
there,
think
but
there's
saw
some.
that.
You saw
Did
that
you
movie?
really?
Yeah.
Oh, is it on like
It's
Netflix
good.
or some shit?
I got it from the library.
Ah,
Shit.
yeah.
Sam.
Yo, this guy's library game, you don't even know. This dude's library game is ridiculous. You see Mike knows back there.
It's an untapped resource,
Yeah,
man.
man, this-
People are sleeping. You know, telling you,
My wife loves going to the library.
it's awesome. They got everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he gets his black metal from.
You know,
Nice.
Scotty Jazambek, the Trip Face singer.
Yeah.
He's actually a big wig in the Albany
Yep.
public library system. Yes.
Nice.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's the punk rock librarian.
that's right.
I think it's his blog.
All right, so Louder Now comes out on Warner Brothers, which blows my mind because when I think of Warner Brothers, I think of like, just like the biggest of the big,
Yeah,
right?
it's super.
Super huge.
It's super duper.
It's like you
yeah.
go from Victory to Warner. It's like you're kind of like, I just picture like golden faucets and like you guys probably had room service and shit.
Well, when majors were taking us out to try and get us to sign there, it was pretty cool.
Wine and dine you.
Yeah, did
Yeah.
they split they send 5 people out, split you guys up? It's like, oh, Mark, come with me, we're going here, whatever. So
Yeah.
what'd they do? What'd
We
they
got
buy?
wine to
I
nine.
can
We
get
went
you
out to like
anything you want.
fancy restaurants in L.A.
Yeah,
And I remember the dude from Def Jam.
Russell Simmons?
No, the
No,
other guy,
Rick Rubin.
Leor Cohen.
Oh,
Damn.
Ah.
that's a good one. That's
Yeah,
he's,
he put us on like his plane shit.
Wow.
Nice.
Mark, let me put you on a plane.
And so we took the plane ride from Montreal to his massive apartment in the city and met with him. And I knew him from all the hip hop, so I was
Of course.
very
He was ground level, like
yeah.
Def Jam, like when they were like college kids and like, like this guy. Man, he's definitely like it's like him, Russell,
He was,
and Rick Rubin.
had Loud, right?
No, that was somebody else. That was Steve Rifkin, I think his name was.
Yeah.
Lear was like ground level with Rick Rubin
Right.
and Russell.
Yeah.
So
Really?
yeah,
I didn't know that.
definitely. He I heard him on some podcasts before, and he was definitely talking about it. He's like, I was like, hanging out with Run DMC. Like when Run DMC first did their first tour, they had no entourage. It was like them three, I think Russell and Leor, and they were going all over the place. So he's seen some shit basically, and he's made like a fucking empire. So good for him.
Sure.
Yeah.
You guys got Wined and Dine.
Yeah.
You guys got what? Grilled chicken or chicken fingers?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember just fancy.
Just fancy
and
shit.
then, yeah. I don't really eat much.
Yeah.
So.
I like to eat. I'd be over there like, yeah, definitely, Mr. Cohen. Definitely. Yeah.
No, I eat a lot, just not a lot of different foods.
So you like three things.
Right.
Hamburger, pizza, and what, spaghetti?
Yeah.
The Long Island diet.
Exactly.
So, also, what, Glassjaw did Worship and Tribute on Warner
Yeah.
Brothers, too.
Yeah, the same dude that signed them. My Chemical Romance,
That's
Glassjaw, and then he did, what's his face's side band, singer of Glassjaw.
Oh, Head Automatica.
Head Automatica.
That's right. That record was big for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it was due to Dan the Automator, because
Yep.
when the second record came out, it was just like...
Oh, it bombed. Yeah.
So, all right. So Ladder Now comes out. You guys are fucking playing like huge shows, I would imagine.
Yeah.
How is the vibe of the band at this point?
Terrible.
Yeah,
The worst. I really hated them with a passion.
but you
with
did-
Fred. And
Really?
Yeah.
but obviously it's kind of like going to work. Like when I go to work, it's like even if I pissed off at like my coworkers,
But
like,
what's different with a band, though, is because at the end of the day, at 5 o'clock when you punch out and go
Yeah.
home, you're like in a van or an RV or a bus or whatever. Then you play the show.
Yeah.
You're 24/7 locked in with people.
to some extent, because you still go home.
Well, if you're
from
on a
tour.
long
eventually.
tour or
Yeah, from
something.
tour.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom brought up like the fact at that point, like coming home and I was furious, dealing with that dude.
What'd your parents think at this point? They're thinking like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You
My
fuck-
dad just kept on going, don't quit, don't
Yeah.
quit, don't quit, write it out, write it out.
Yeah.
You can go to Nassau when you're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
If
You'll
you
plenty of time.
if you wouldn't have
A
done
2-year.
if like this thing didn't work out, like what do you think you would be doing?
I don't know.
What? All right, in a perfect world, like let's say, well, in a slightly less perfect world, because it's pretty perfect right now. If you weren't playing drums, like what else would you like to be doing? Like let's say that didn't.
I
work
think
out.
probably selling. Like I would sell.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, listen, that's a good answer. Good answer.
Good hours.
I was
I
good
don't
at
think you
it.
get dental with that. Right?
Probably
Sure.
did really good in jail if that ever happened.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's because I thought about it. I would definitely keep on selling.
You wouldn't work for like AT&T or some shit.
I don't know. I mean, maybe if that came along.
Get Dave Casal to hook you up with a job.
Yeah. After I got out of jail.
All right, so then the vibe is bad, but you figure, the tours are coming, and I guess you kind of just do your thing. Are you looking forward to the next record, or is it just one of those things where, do you feel like it was like a pressure cooker, and eventually, if those two guys didn't leave the band,
I knew something was going to happen, and we were opening up for Linkin Park, and we were doing really well, man. We were making a lot of money, and we were super young, but Fred made like a demand, like no one's writing the next album besides Adam and myself, and we're gonna do everything, record everything, and then when we're ready to come in and you do your parts, then you can come. And I don't mean to get negative, but that's just what happened.
Yeah, I mean, if you're saying what happened, then that's what happened. What do you think? Like, I'm trying to put myself in his position. Like,
Greed. He wanted more money. He wanted more publishing. You know what I mean? Because we
You guys are doing the 5-way split?
Always.
Always. That's the way to do it.
Louder Now was he demanded like a little bit more for him now, but it was almost it was pretty much the same.
I'm just trying to think of like the frame of mind that you have to be in to feel so lucky to be included into something that you didn't start.
Yeah, you know, that's what I would always say that to him. Like,
that takes some stones, man.
yeah, dude.
Seriously,
You gotta. You know
man.
what the thing is?
I've
you
never
have
met
to
the guy,
really,
so I don't know.
Yeah.
You have to really love yourself,
Yeah.
and you really have to believe in your unbelievable talent, which is where I think his downfall was. You know, him just going, oh, well, once I do my solo album, it's gonna be fucking Sgt. Pepper's, and you know, it's amazing. And I'll make all the money myself, and that's why he quit.
So he left after Louder Now, right?
Yeah,
But then Matt stayed, right?
Matt stayed.
Matt stayed.
Yeah.
Right, so Louder Now comes out, and how long before? How long before that record? Like he just thought to himself, like you said, I'm gonna make a solo record, and that's it.
He made a solo album with
Before or after?
Before that Linkin Park tour, he made a solo album, and then it was all done. And then and then that was when I hurt my. Are we boring you?
No.
Right. So I hurt my back.
How dare you?
I hurt my back on that tour, so I had to leave a couple weeks early, and that was when he quit. He quit when I was getting surgery, and
You figured that's his time to celebrate,
right.
right? Like,
You know, what,
oh, Mark's not here. I'm gonna fucking totally run
yeah.
this band.
I thought that they were having a party, but yeah, like
Good luck with that surgery, son.
See ya. So I thought that was going to happen, and then
2006, right? 2007.
I think it was 2007.
2007.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember seeing some of the shows, and like you weren't playing drum. Who'd you get for the drums?
Aaron from
Under Oath?
no, I can't remember the name of the band right now.
Abbey Road.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Aaron from.
That's it.
Abbey
Adam from Lincoln Park. Wow, so that's crazy. So your back starts hurting you. What was the prognosis?
Well, I mean, like for months before that, I had sciatica going down my leg, but I didn't realize that it was sciatica. And then My Chemical Romance was on that tour too. So one of the dudes that was working for them told me, he was like, dude, that's sciatica. It's not your leg, it's your back. And I remember being like, you don't know what you're talking about. And then I walked off our bus in Arizona one time, and I just fell flat on at like the hotel, and I just couldn't walk.
Was it getting really hard to play? Like, I mean,
yeah, it was super painful.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, of all the instruments, drums is so obviously the most physical. You know
super
what I mean?
physical.
Yeah.
And at that point, like, I mean, if I'm you, I'm thinking like, holy shit! Like, did you think you were just never going to be able to play comfortably again?
No.
You just knew you were going to recover?
Yeah.
All right, so you're dumb like me.
But I'm still dealing with it. Like, there's, all my discs are herniating every goddamn day.
Yeah.
But
So you were out for a couple of months?
Yeah, after that tour was going to be done, we were going to be done touring Louder Now. But then Fred quit. And then we got this other dude, Matt Fozzy. He was a dick too. And then
well, okay, so where did he come from?
He came from California, and he was in this other band that we toured with.
Whose idea was that?
I can't remember. Eddie's. Eddie was friends with him. Eddie stayed tight with him.
And then he was like, fuck it.
Then it was another dude that just got into this band that was already established that thought that he was the reason for... That's what blows my mind about everything. That's like, when I was in that situation, I'm going, why, like, not to be like hippie about it, but like, yo, man.
Be cool.
Yeah, be cool.
That's
be
it.
cool. Everything is happening. You're getting paid. Like,
seriously, I would keep my mouth
just be a
shut
fucking
and
hired
play my
hand.
position,
You're ahead of-
man.
And I'll
That's
put
it.
the fucking Kiss makeup on. You're Peter Chris. Mike, shut the fuck up.
You would do the same, right, Mike?
100%.
That's it.
If
Like,
if it wasn't my band, I would just fall in line and be happy I was there.
that's it.
100%.
It's what we
Right.
all. It's what everyone in this room at one fucking point or another. That's what we wanted to do with our whole fucking lives.
Yeah.
It was what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
It's
And
what
again, oh, sorry, I don't mean to cut.
oh no, go
But
ahead.
like,
I don't want to bore you.
I don't want to be. I'm not trying to just be like talk about. But like when he was kicked out of Taking Back Sunday, he called us all and told us that he's done writing. He's not going to write on the next album, and he's going to do a solo album.
Who? The new guy.
Yes.
Wow.
Fozzy.
So because he did New Again, that was the record.
Yeah. So then when we were done touring with that, we got, and then he made these crazy demands and then just goes, I'm going to do my solo album, and when I'm ready to write the next album, I'll call you guys.
Listen,
And then Adam, Adam doesn't take that. Adam was like, yeah, bro. Well, he definitely didn't say bro. But he was like,
We
all right,
just heard this story before with
I
someone
know.
else about their solo album, and it didn't,
Oh, really?
No, I'm
No,
saying
you.
your previous band member was talking about a
yeah,
solo
he just
album.
did the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah, the same exact
But I'm
thing.
thinking like
With
how-
another band?
No. No.
Oh.
The story that you just gave.
Yeah.
That we're gonna edit out. No, but it's pretty amazing, and there's different types of people in the world. That's what makes everything is. So obviously, you are going to encounter those people, but it's for people like us who would be so grateful and thankful.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo. Most of the shows, I'm like, don't even pay me. Like, I'm like, I get to go play Download Festival. I'm like,
The
just
other
pay for my
guys were
plane
in the
ticket.
trenches, getting the train rolling. It's moving. You
Yeah.
jump on.
You
It's on
jump
full speed. Like, ride it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Shut up.
What's wrong with these people?
How
Okay.
much of the songwriting was he involved in for New Again?
We would get in a room together, and I can't. It's such a blur. But I mean, he had something a lot to do. You know what I mean? He was there writing with us.
I like some of those songs, can't lie. But I know that you wrote 2 songs on that record, right?
Yeah.
What were they again?
Everything Must Go and Swing.
That's right. Everything Must Go. I like both of them, but that last song's really good.
Thanks.
Yeah, I like it. So I'm like, oh, Mark writes songs. Cocksucker. So I just can't imagine. Like, was his other band happening or something? Or
No.
yeah, I would have stayed. I would definitely been. I would have been like doing Eddie's laundry. You know what I'm saying? I would have been like, yo, you guys need me to get anything from 7-Eleven?
I was meaning to tell you guys when I get my solo podcast. This is going well, but next week I want to do a little plug. I'll be doing my own shit.
That's cool. Mike's coming right in. Right? All right.
What an unbelievable. I don't know who thinks like that.
Yeah.
So, but at the end of the day, it made room for like a great story because the other 2 fucking guys come back. Like,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
But yeah.
Like, that's like complete full circle. So how did that start happening?
Brian from Envy on the Coast started fucking Eddie's wife.
Okay. Shout out to him.
And then
I thought it was going to be like a
but
he
then
called.
Eddie was
Can't wait for him to call me tomorrow and be like, yo, can you edit like the last 3 hours?
This show is going to be like 5 minutes long, talking about Thursday. And that's it.
But what happened was, of course, Eddie was furious, and then, Matt Fozzy had become really close with the Envy on the Coast guys, and that was kind of like where I saw my end. I was like, look at this, dude. This guy is fucking. You got him into this band. He's doing well now. He's making all this money, and then he's gonna go and hang out with a dude that's hanging with your girl, And then it infuriated him. And then I was like, all right, John and Sean, and so that's how that happened.
Because obviously, were you still in contact with at least Sean, right? Always, right?
Yeah, I was always in contact. I was very mad at Sean at first, but then after a while,
Mad the way like someone that you grew up with and love, like, you know, like the flip side of love is always going to be hate, because you can, you know, if it's somebody that you're that tight with, you are going to be extra angry at them, because it's like, how the fuck can you fucking leave me?
betrayal.
It's
Yeah.
like, let's just fucking, you know, this is our thing. Like, you could have been here this whole fucking time. But still, I mean, the fact that they came back, like, so Eddie was like, fuck it, let's do it. And then you get on the phone with, like, John.
I call it John. Well, you know, Sean and I were always hanging out, so I brought it up to him a bunch of times. But then one night I just called John, and, you know, we were talking for a while, and I was like, hey, what do you think? You know? And I guess it was the right time.
Right time.
Yeah.
You know, because I remember, I guess that last Stray Light record came out, and I think it was maybe like a little too different for the masses from what they were doing, and I thought it was great. That fucking video of him in the water, the Big Shot song or whatever it was
Big
called.
Shot was a great song.
So good.
Yeah.
It was dark. I like what they were doing, but maybe that audience wasn't ready for that or something.
That got put out on Victory, and I just don't think it was pushed enough. If it was out on a
creative
label that cared, and
like
really
the
pushed
proper
it, I think
label,
that
exactly,
song would have been massive.
Yeah, it's good. I remember hearing that and thinking, like, I like the direction, because it was where my head was at the time. Like, I guess I got it was more of like the music that I was into at that time. So, man, what was that first practice like?
It was great. We went to El Paso, Texas, to the studio, and then we all just got really drunk constantly. We didn't really get that much done, actually, but it was really fun.
It's fucking awesome, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
And then when we tried to play our songs, it literally sounded like horrible garbage because we were all trashed.
Yeah.
But but then we started writing.
Now, you guys were hanging out in El Paso. Is that why the first song is called El Paso?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
is completely, it's a song that almost like a song that you've never done before. Like, it's just like such a weird random song, but I love it because it's so, I don't know. It's just, it didn't sound like anything else on the record or any of the records after, right?
Yeah, that was it.
Like, it was just such a really hard rocking song.
It's definitely the hardest song that we have.
Yeah.
And our fans hate it. But, you know, there's a few old fat hardcore guys that do like it.
Right? Why is he looking at me? I never even liked hardcore. So then you start putting together those songs, and were you still in Warner Brother?
Yeah.
Was that the last record on the contract?
Yeah. After that, like, everybody that was there when we first signed got fired. So literally there was nobody, and then they had this whole new team of people, and they didn't give a fuck.
They're like, Taking Back Saturday? Who
Right.
the hell?
No,
You know this band?
Exactly
They sound like
right.
Thursday?
Yeah.
They sound like Thursday.
And so then that was it. We did that last album, the self-titled.
The self-titled, yeah. And it's cool that like they came back, so it made sense to do a self-titled. Because it was just like, okay, the five are back again. Did you hear from like Fred or any of the other guys, or like they were just?
I never talked to Fred again.
Yeah.
Or Matt, and I saw Fred at Riot Fest maybe 4 years ago, and then he was playing guitar with Say Anything at that point. And I saw him, and I was walking with my friend, and he did like the, hey.
Yeah.
Man. And then, and I did like the, no. We're not doing it.
Yeah.
And then that was the last time I saw him.
Huh. Well, shout out to Riot Fest. Man, I love that lineup. I would have loved to have seen the Misfits in Denver.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely. They got $1 million.
Oh,
did that right.
easily.
Yeah, I think they got more.
You think so?
I think so, like 1.2, something like that.
Wonder how much Lombardo got.
Wonder how they split that up.
That is a good question.
How did Jerry and Glenn work that out?
I know.
No, but like
I've heard the story.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
I know Glenn got like 500,000, I think.
Okay.
Something like that, and then
Then the other
whoever
guy.
the second most important guy
Jerry.
is got Yeah, I can't remember. I
Dave,
can't remember what it was.
Well, I guess Jerry and Glenn was the
I
novelty.
think Jerry would
of
have got the
having-
next.
Yeah.
I wonder what Dave Lombardo. I mean, I get like I saw some of the video, but you figure like those songs are just kick, drum, like it just kick, snare.
He's just having
Yeah.
fun now.
Yeah.
That's why he's doing
Lombardo.
like Suicidal now. He did a
Yeah.
couple
Play with
shows them,
Suicidal,
yeah.
play with them. He's doing something with Patton again, I think. Mike
Really?
Patton.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Phantomus,
Yeah.
maybe, or something else.
Yeah, at that
He's just having
point,
fun.
probably. I guess there is no more back catalog money because I don't think.
He's pretty much set, you know.
Yeah,
He can just have fun, Lombardo.
that's great. Like when you could just kind of kick back. It's like, all right, fuck it. I'll just play randomly.
Sure.
You know?
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10, 15 years. That's what you're gonna be doing. You're gonna be playing
Definitely.
on the Justin Bieber tour.
Nice.
hmm
Some good money there. Yo,
100% that will happen.
Yeah. Yeah, we tried to be Run the Jewels actually. We tried to do a hip hop project, and we're still trying. We haven't found our way yet. I'm dead ass actually. We were actually trying to write some hip hop songs, and we were
Why
just
not?
like, how did two rock guys write hip hop? We're like, we listened to it.
Badly.
Yeah, yeah. And we you know what it is? We need a RZA. You know, we have the ideas. We're like Mark Wahlberg and John C. Reilly and Boogie Nights. You know, we just need the right producer.
Rock guys doing hip hop. I mean, there's a good
Yeah.
track record for that. With Methods of Mayhem.
Nice.
Right? And
It
what
always
else
works.
was- It's really got a good
Methods of
success
Ma-
rate.
Completely. Yeah.
oh, what a shit band that was.
I think the guy from that band, didn't he bang Pamela Anderson? That's
He
a
did
pretty good
all right,
track
that
record.
guy. Yeah.
Methods of Mayhem.
What the
just-
hell is
Good
his
band.
name?
How dare you drop that fucking shit on us? All right, so everyone's back. Everyone's happy. How did I guess the crowd probably ate that shit up. They're like, holy shit, these are the...
No, that didn't happen. We thought that was gonna happen, and either nobody knew or gave a shit at that point.
Okay.
So it took time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that's
What a-
like at that time we were like, nobody cares.
Yeah.
But and I guess at that point, I guess we're technically an emo band, right? You know, so how it was
What
the
the
most
fuck is an
uncool,
emo band, though? There is no emo.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, though. You know what I mean? That's how we got, and that was as uncool as
I get
you
it.
could possibly get at that point. So then it took some time for people to start caring again and going, okay, yeah, I do like So Last Summer.
And it is a really good record. I'm trying to remember my favorite song on it. Was it third song? Something about a mom?
Off what? Oh, I can't.
The third song on the record.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember.
That song is one of the best songs you guys have ever written. It's really good. Really super catchy. Something I know
Thank
that
you.
it has mom in the title. Fuck you.
Stacy's mom.
Stacy's mom. I think it's called Stacy's Mom. You guys are from Jersey, right?
It's a very popular song.
All right, so then from there, you kick it to the next, right? Happiness is...
Yeah.
You guys signed to Hopeless.
Mm-hmm.
Home-
Good people.
Huh?
Very nice people over there.
They seem to have gone on a buying spree.
Yeah. They
Got
definitely
you guys, Bayside, The Used.
have. Circus Survive.
Yeah, so kind of like people, I would say from your demographic, like that world, they're just like, fuck it, we're going to go buy this shit up and push these bands. My friend, obviously, Dana, does their PR.
Right.
That's right. Home to Sam I Am, which I think there's like 3 people on the planet that care about Sam I Am, and I'm one of them. So I'm like, oh, you guys are label mates with Sam I Am?
The Queers were on
The Queers.
Oh, yeah.
Hopeless for a little bit.
They had a lot of, like, the catalog was really good. So so they come, and at this point, what the fuck does a label do for you?
I don't know.
Really?
I mean,
Like, a
What do you
tour?
do?
Yeah.
What do you do?
You tell me. I have no idea.
I don't really know. You make a video and
They
then you
just
put it
said-
up on YouTube and
They send
and
you the
then-
itinerary. That's the best. It's just like, he had no clue.
I don't.
That's the
I
best
mean-
way to be. You're just making music. They just tell you Like I love that. That's great. That's pure.
But I guess they get you interviews and whatever
Press
it
and
is
stuff.
that they
And they
do.
So do you feel that they pushed Happinesses to your satisfaction?
Yeah, and tidal wave,
Yeah. So then the last one came out. So then that was kind of like a semi-departure. Like you guys had some different songs on that,
Yeah.
right? So was that is that like an organic thing, or do you guys just kind of like, it's like, oh, let's try different things?
With that album, we just went straight to the studio, and then usually we would go to wherever, L.A. Rocks or a place like that, and then write together. But instead, this time we just went right and recorded stuff right off the bat, and I think that made for a different thing.
I think what I love is that you guys get to go to a location. 'Cause I think you guys went to North Carolina or something like
We
that.
did, yeah,
Right? I remember.
Yeah. Adam lives there and John lives there.
Okay. Yeah, I just remember you were like, oh, we're down here demoing some songs and shit. And I'm thinking it's cool. You get to go hang out, kind of vibe out, throw around some ideas, demo some songs.
Yeah.
It's great. I think that's a really important thing. 'Cause I guess there's really no deadline at that point,
And there is. I mean, whatever they give us for the record, you can't go over that. You start taking it out of your own pocket.
Ah, okay. Yeah, all right. Because we had no idea. I think last episode we're like, at this point, what the fuck does a label do? We got to get somebody in here that knows about labels.
Yeah, experience.
So
During Some Kind of Monster, Lars is doing this interview, and he goes, when's a song done anyway? When's an album done?
Yo, good point. Good point.
Lars doesn't even know. Yeah,
That's a really good impression. Though.
it was good. It was good.
So, in closing, what do you think the best part about where technology and music is now, as compared to the old days?
Well, I think now, people are, I don't know, maybe people are just putting out exactly what they want to more than they were a decade ago.
Because it's more of a direct thing.
Right. A song doesn't have to be 3 minutes and 15 seconds long now. You can make a 5 minute, 6 minute song and then get whatever, plays on YouTube or Spotify.
Yeah.
As long as it's good, people are going to listen to it.
What do you think about Spotify?
I have it.
I know.
I like
we
it.
had this conversation. Well, let's do it again.
Yeah, I love it. You could just look up everything. I mean,
as an artist though that makes a living off of music, how do you feel?
It's not as good as selling hard copies.
But it's still nice. Let's say a kid who's 16, 17, it's oh, have you heard of Taking Back Sunday or whatever?
Right.
It's no, but you could look at it right away as opposed to being oh, let me wait for the video.
Right.
Let me buy the record. You could stream it, and from there, it's all right, let me download it, let me stream it, whatever. At least someone knows. So I guess that's the one good part. It's oh, they're coming around with, I know you guys are doing a summer tour with Every Time I Die, right?
Yeah.
And who else? Is it just them?
There's two opening bands. One's named Modern Chemistry, and I don't know. I don't know who the other one is.
Yeah, check that one out. I think the other one's called Playing Dead.
Oh. Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's. Have you guys done shows with Every Time I Die?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
It's going to be a fun tour. I'll tell you that.
It
right
is.
now.
It's going to be.
You guys
it's
are
gonna
going to
be
have a blast on that.
Yeah, it's selling really well,
Yeah.
and people are excited, and
you guys always sell well. It's.
I mean, not in Stuttgart, Germany, we don't.
That's funny, right? How many people were at that show?
30, maybe
Yeah.
40.
Yeah, but listen,
Tops 50.
You guys were in Germany.
We were.
Whatever. Gives a shit.
We went to the Christmas Village early in the day. It was very nice.
Yeah.
Germans do Christmas villages incredibly well
That's awesome.
They got that game on, eh?
That's awesome.
until some terrorist comes in and drives a truck through everybody while they're having a good time.
Shout out to that guy for definitely believing and he's definitely backing his actions up. But what I
we went to that We went to that place.
Oh, did you? The
place in Berlin.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah, it's pretty great though.
Yeah.
They have mulled wine, which is rum and hot red wine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really good. You had it?
I've tried it. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
What's like when you guys go on tour? Like, what's the place that you always look forward to?
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck out of
So,
here.
that's my favorite spot.
No, it's not.
No, I swear to God.
Why?
It's the best audience.
You got Scrapple? The Scrappler? What is it? From Wawa's? Is that what it is?
I'll be going there tomorrow. Thank you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Because
You
we
go
leave
to
for Pennsylvania tomorrow,
Yeah.
so we stop at Jersey, man.
Yeah, Wawa's good.
Oh, I love Wawa.
Right, you go, Mike.
Ah.
Mike likes the Scrapple from those inside tours.
Yo, that dude sang for Inside over there, man.
You ever shit in the van while eating the Scrappler, Mike?
No, but Tom almost did.
Nice. That's right.
Literally his own finger up his butt.
Oh, wow. That is one big finger.
I don't know what a scrappler is.
It's, I don't even know. They told me about it. Some fucking.
Mike, what is that? Like all leftover meats or something?
It's like pork, chicken, beef, like ground down and then just smashed together.
It's like spam, kind of,
Yeah,
right?
it's kinda
Yeah,
like-
there you go.
Yeah.
It's not an attractive offer.
It sounds disgusting.
All right. Real quick. What is it about back in the days, like that world when you first started that you missed the most? Like as far as like the technology, like do you feel like maybe like the way the word of mouth is, or even if you buy a record? Remember when you bought a record back then, you would spend your $10-12, and if you didn't like it at first, you're like, well, listen, I spent $12 on it. I'm gonna keep listening
Try
to
it
it till I
again.
like another. Like, what is it that you miss mostly about being in a band? Like, let's say in like 99, 2000. You could say
I-
nothing.
I don't. Yeah.
Nothing.
I'm the happiest in Taking Back Sunday
In
that I've ever
2017.
been.
Yeah.
We get along the best. We don't fight as much. It's really nice, and we're still playing to. Yeah. So I don't miss it at all.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I mean, you know what it is, too, with you guys is every year you guys make new fans. And I think that's the key to the longevity that you guys have. So as long as you could turn over new fans to mix in with the old ones, because when I go to the shows, I see, like, young kids. I see
Yeah.
people my age.
Yeah.
I see people.
There's families. I mean, there's people that we've met, like, that got met at our show, got married, have 2 kids, and families will come out.
It's like, yeah, we banged to bike scene. Look,
Yeah.
twins. All right, man. So we're gonna come back with our top 5, and we're gonna wrap it up. So, I don't know. I guess who's ever listening, the millions and millions of adoring fans. If you haven't bought that Taking Back Sunday summer tour ticket, I think you guys are doing Webster Hall locally, and
We are. And we're doing the show in Patchogue.
Oh, Emporium.
No.
Oh no, Southern.
Oh, that's right. That's a good one.
yeah.
The Great South
outdoor-
Bay.
The Great South Bay.
Yeah.
Great South Bay.
Southern
I
South.
remember you guys played that one like a couple of years ago. So
Yeah.
it's like Saves a Day and Newfound Glory
Newfound
on
Glory, yeah.
Thursday something. So
And the next 2 days we play Webster Hall, so it's going to be exciting.
fantastic. All right, so we're gonna come back and we're gonna do our top 5 childhood movies, and then we'll wrap it up, and that's it. All right.
So, what is it?
That's 40 BPM. Or whatever it is, I don't know. So, all right, we're back with the motherfuckers that were here before, including our guest, Mark O'Connell. And we got Mike Malamo in the back.
What up?
So now we're going to go to our top 5 childhood movies. They don't have to necessarily be the fucking Godfather. They don't have to be the best thing ever. They just have to leave some kind of imprint in our preteen minds. And I came up with it because every guest we have has like a specific top 5, and I think. Yeah, why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because when you told me about it, I immediately sent you my list.
Yeah, you
You're like,
immediately
no,
sent
no.
me my list, and then I was like, oh, and then you gotta like rate something best to worst. Just, he sends me fucking Back to the Future.
Yeah.
He's like, 1, 3, 2. I was like, how about you don't come on? So
I think I had the most fun with this list.
yeah, I figured you would.
Yeah.
But I think when we first talking about the Fire Stick, we were talking about movies that we watch, and you're like, oh, I used to watch this with my brother. I used to watch this. I used to watch this. So when we knew you were going to be on, I figured I'm like, all right, let's do that. Let's do 5 movies that we loved as kids. So we're going to kick it off with Brian Langan. What do you have at number 5?
I got a couple of things I was going to go with. I'm going to go with Cloak and Dagger.
Oh,
That's a good
damn.
one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
with Dabney Coleman and that E.T. kid.
Is it
What the hell is his name?
Is it
Great movie.
Lucas Haas?
No.
Henry Thomas.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's
Henry
right.
Thomas. And I think Drew Barrymore was in that, right?
No.
No, it wasn't. It was a
Wasn't that
lookalike.
the sister?
Look
The
alike.
lisp and shit,
It's the girl from
blonde
the
hair?
Twilight Zone movie on the plane.
Ah, yeah.
The W.C. Fields
But,
puppet.
you know, little spy kind of movie or whatever.
I love
involves some video game, and I don't know if you guys remember it, but obviously.
I remember every moment of that.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a great
Nice.
movie.
Great call, dude.
Yeah.
It's in the C-section.
Is it
Right over
really?
there. Thank you very much. C-section.
I was actually in the C-section.
Nice.
I remember
My mom
it freaked
did
me
not.
out when Maurice, that computer dude, got shot in the eye.
That's fucking William Forsythe,
Took a
man.
dark
right?
turn.
Oh, was it William
It took
Yeah,
a dark
yeah.
turn, and that 3-fingered old lady on the bus that kind of creeped me out.
That was like the old people in like Strange Invaders. Remember that fucking
Yeah.
fucking movie? That's
With that
fucking shit
frog
scary,
in the
right?
mouth
It's in
of
the
the
S
teacher.
section over there. Thank
Frog
you.
in the
Anyway,
mouth,
I
that's right.
digress. We're going all over the
I
place.
digress.
Did you ever play the Cloak and Dagger video game?
I didn't.
I don't think
It was
was
probably
for,
shitty, right?
it was horrible.
Like
It was
E.T. or
horrible.
something.
Yeah. No, I don't know about that
Yeah,
bad, but
play a Super Breakout.
nice, nice.
After you've done stuff in your mouth over there, what do you have for number 5?
Missed it. I wrote this down.
Abbey Road?
I'm gonna go with Last Dragon.
Fantastic.
Oh, good one.
So good. Definitely.
Show enough.
Yeah,
L
show
section.
enough.
Yeah.
L section. Number 5 for me.
Parker?
Space Camp.
Oh, okay.
Remember that movie?
God.
Remember that movie?
Ah,
Yeah, I
digging,
sure do.
digging in the crates over there, man. All right.
Leah Thompson, man.
Leah Thomas.
Yeah.
Really?
Howard
Yeah.
the Duck.
Oh,
Howard
yeah.
the Duck.
That's a backup in case.
All right.
Is the kid from Rad in Space Camp? Rad and
Brad was awesome.
the Christmas Story. No, wasn't that kid in that?
No. Oh shit. What was that? I forget which one that is. No, that's not him though. Space Camp was Leah Thompson, Lamar from Revenge of the Nerds.
Nice. That fucking javelin.
Who else?
Everybody always refers to that guy as Lamar.
Yeah, yeah.
From
Yo,
Revenge
that's
of
what
the
he
Nerds.
is. Yo.
Does anyone know it? Does he have a real name? I don't
Larry
even
B.
know.
Wilson, isn't it?
Oh,
I think
shit.
that's what it is. Yeah.
Oh,
man.
busting it out.
Karate Kid.
There
Yeah,
goes
he
my-
yes, he was.
He's
He
one
There
was
goes
one of
that
the
joke.
Cobra
He's
Kai's.
asking
Yeah, he doesn't get any credit
that's
for that.
right.
Wait, who?
The
Lamar
black dude.
from
The
Revenge
black
of the
gay guy
Nerds.
was from.
Yeah,
One
he
of
was
the
a
Cobra
Karate
Kai's?
Kid.
No.
Yeah.
He's a great rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heyo. Mr. Mike Malama, what do you have as number 5?
Strange Brew.
Strange
Nice.
Brew.
Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that.
Okay. So for me, I have Labyrinth.
Ooh, good one.
Labyrinth is awesome. I just
Yeah.
actually saw the
Oh, Jennifer
30th,
Conley. Oof.
the 30th
So
anniversary last year. I guess because it came out in '86. Yeah, so last year, Jennifer Connelly, super hot now. I guess I don't want to get.
She was
arrested.
hot then too.
She
You
was
could
hot
say it.
then.
You could say it.
You know what? Back then in '86, I could have said it, 'cause
Yeah.
I was definitely not.
We're
of
still
it.
allowed
No.
to say because we were young then.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not, you know.
Oh, okay. So
a
it's not
creep
weird.
thing. I'm going to say it's okay. I'm going to
good,
give it
good.
a pass for this one.
Yeah, we're not talking Requiem for a Dream ass to ass.
No,
but we're,
no.
you know.
With a double-sided
I read
BD,
somewhere,
you know?
actually, I think it was on Facebook, they're talking about making a sequel to that.
To
or a
Ass to
remake?
Ass, or
to Labyrinth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't be the same without David Bowie.
Absolutely not.
but
that won't stop them from
No.
No,
doing that.
that is true.
Yeah.
Labyrinths, I believe, is the working title.
Is it really?
I don't know. I just made that
Labyrinth
shit up.
Part 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, that movie is just so good. The songs in it, the actual story. I just love it. Jim Henson, fantastic.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
real nice.
So
yeah.
Langan, number 4.
Actually, speaking of Jim Henson, The Dark Crystal.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
It's a little creepy, definitely for him, obviously. It wasn't the fucking Muppets.
No.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
You know? And, I mean, the puppets were fantastic. I have it on disc. I'm waiting. I want to watch it with my son.
section over there.
D-section. Yeah.
D-section.
You know.
That's what
So
she's.
I'm
that's
waiting.
what
I
she
keep
said.
getting like,
I'm
you want
proud
to
to
watch
say
this
that
movie,
I've-
Dark Crystal? It was great when I was a kid. Like, you know.
I'm proud to say
Could
that
give
I've owned
two
all these
shits.
movies so far, so that's nice.
I was scared of the Dark Crystal as a kid. It was one of those movies that
Those skets.
I-
What were they called? The SKES. I can't even pronounce it right. But those fucking bird-looking motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it scared me. I was like super young, and I remember I would watch it, but it wasn't like pleasurable for me because I don't know. It wasn't. Didn't feel like a kid's movie.
No.
I was very scared of it. So
It was.
Mark, what do you have number 4?
Adventures in Babysitting.
Oh,
Nice.
good one.
Oh, don't
Good
fuck,
one.
Don't fuck with the babysitter.
Yes.
So good, that movie.
Who was the girl in that movie?
Elizabeth Shue.
Elizabeth
Right.
Shue.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keith Coogan.
Don't
Yeah.
tell the mom babysitter's dead.
Yep.
Like the guy fucking drops the blade on
Yeah,
his
yeah,
toe.
yeah.
Here you go.
One stitch.
One stitch. Parker, number 4.
Number 4, I have Last Starfighter.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Solid.
Yes. Yep.
That
And you know
was-
what's crazy is, what the fuck was the alien's name in that, Mike? You remember that guy's
Yeah.
name?
Robert Preston, you mean?
The alien
Oh,
guy.
uh,
Whatever the character's name was.
yeah.
I don't remember what the character's name was, but I remember years later I was just like, yo, who the fuck played that guy? You know who that was?
Lamar from Revenge of the Nerds?
No, that would have been good now. It was actually Mr. Corcoran from Halloween 3. The old dude.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you listen to the voice, you're like, holy fucking shit, it is.
Wow. All downhill from there.
Yeah, that's it, man.
There was a teacher in Baldwin named Mrs. Corcoran.
There you go.
Probably related.
Yeah.
You know, maybe she was the inspiration for that
Maybe.
character. So,
Maybe.
shout out to the Baldwin school system. So, all right, Mike Malamo, number 4.
A Disney movie, Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Oh,
Wow.
never even heard
Yeah.
of that.
I've heard of that.
It was one of those like half animated, like real people and animated
Okay.
characters interacting.
Okay.
I remember that.
What was the lady's name from Murder She Wrote?
Angela
Angela
Lansbury.
Lansbury.
There you go.
Isn't it?
No wonder I didn't see it.
She was in another good Disney one. Was it The Watcher in the Woods or
No.
it was a horror one?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Something Wicked This Way Comes? Maybe?
I don't know if I would know the name.
That was
of
the
it.
one with the kid from Christmas Story, right? Peter Billingsley?
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Old motherfuckers in this.
I
one.
am. I'm
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
old, man. You know?
Get that op card ready.
I wish.
All right, I got my number 4. My number 4 is Midnight Madness.
You
Oh,
scummer.
fuck yeah.
Midnight Madness made me want to be in a movie. Like, I loved the game. I wanted to play it. I loved the characters. It had Michael Fox before the J came around. It had the fake Tony Danza guy. I forgot his name.
It had that go-to nerd guy.
Yeah.
Who is that guy?
Eddie Deason.
Wow. Look at this
Damn.
guy. Yeah.
Wasn't
Check
there
out the
an
big
American
brain.
Werewolf in London? In that? The guy-
Yes, that's the fake
David
Tony
Norton.
Danza.
David Norton, yeah.
That's the
said fake-
Faggot Beefy movie,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I said fake Tony
Yeah.
Danza guy. That's what that is. David.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guy
I-
drowns himself in PBR in the factory.
It's
You know?
it's awesome. It's just like I guess it was. Did Cannonball come out first or after? I feel
But
like
Cannonball Run.
earlier.
okay, yeah.
that
So
was
it's like
before
one
that.
of those type
Yep.
movies.
Yep.
So loved it.
Nice.
Langan, number 3.
Number 3, Clash of the Titans.
Ooh, good one.
Good one.
Love that
Good
movie.
one.
I watched it a million times. I had like action figures and shit, the whole 9.
Harry
Except the
Hammond.
Kraken. I didn't have a Kraken.
Nice. What's crack-a-lackin'?
That was like the big joke in my house when I asked for Christmas, and my parents could be like, "I'll give you a Kraken." Yep. Shout out to mom and dad. But
Listening.
the Medusa scene, remember that freaking
Oh,
me
yeah.
out with but that had Harry Harryhausen,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Special
Yes.
effects, which was killer.
No, but the special effects guy.
I remember the
No.
boatman on the river Styx.
Oh,
that
fucking scared the shit
devil
out of me.
dude,
yeah.
and that stupid fucking owl. They should have fucking cut that owl out. Remember that stupid
robotic
thing?
owl.
What the fuck? It
I
was
don't know.
ancient
That shit
Athens,
should have been
Greece,
in, like,
and there's a
Batteries Not
robotic
Included or
owl
something.
in there. You know?
Nah.
So fuck that owl, but that movie was good.
Number 3, Mark.
Karate Kid.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's it. We were just talking about what a bully Daniel LaRue says. The way he started with everyone. You know, he just couldn't let shit go.
It makes sense.
It
whole
makes so much sense, that video, that like the internet could really edit anything together. Unlike the show that we're about to post. Basically everything stays. But I loved, I mean, how many fucking kids wanted to do the crane kick after watching that movie?
Yeah.
Like you did, if you had a younger brother, that's what you were doing on him. You're like, yo, stand right there.
Yep.
It's like,
That was the keys. The person had to walk right. Like, you had to stand there, and they were like, I'm going to walk right towards you and not put my hands up.
nothing.
Yep.
And you're going to kick me. I know you're going to kick me right in the face, but I'm going to do it anyway.
You're like,
I'm going to run right at
what comes next? What does he do?
you know, he's in a full fighting stance the whole time. This one, he's going to run at it. But, I mean, shit, you can't fuck with that movie. It's perfect.
It's really good. Plus
Yeah.
the guy's from Jersey, and that's Mark's
There you
favorite
go,
place.
man.
So
That's it.
Yes.
Parker.
Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah.
she's-
Oh,
Oh
so-
yeah, that's right.
Another appearance.
Wow. I guess Piranha might be number 2 for this guy. Number 3, Parker?
Number 3, I have The Boy Who Could Fly.
The boy.
I don't know that one.
It's early Fred Savage in that movie.
Early Fred's.
Yeah.
I
I think
know
like
his
8 years
later
old.
work.
I think like 8 years old he probably was.
What was the other movie he was in? Monsters.
Little Monsters.
Little
Yeah.
Monsters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one. So,
Definitely.
Boy Who Could Fly. It's pretty much like this new family moves into the neighborhood, and I guess the kid was autistic that lived next door and didn't speak, and nobody at school liked him, and thought he could fly, and blah blah blah. By the end of the movie, he does fly, and there's this whole romance with the girl next to him, and
You don't have to watch it anymore.
Did he have
That's it.
superpowers?
That was a summary.
I think he was just on like angel dust or something. And that motherfucker flew. So
Spoiler alert.
he flew all right.
Mike Malamo, number 3.
Daryl.
Oh,
I knew you were sitting here for a reason. That's a
good
good
one.
Do you remember what Daryl stood for, the acronym?
Yes. Was it robotic?
Nah, you already fucked up.
That shit starts with D, bro.
Rarrel?
Rarrel.
He wasn't Asian, Mike.
I was going to go there, man, but you beat me to it.
Yeah, we were going to go there, but we didn't want to be racist on the podcast.
The R was for robotic. Was it robotic?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
what
but
about the
his
D
name
in
is
the end?
Daryl, bro.
Was it dick ass?
D.
Yes. Yes. I don't know.
D,
Dumbass
motherfucker, D.
Dumbass robot.
Dumbass robot.
I don't even know the movie, but
Oh
what
my
we're talking
God.
about is really funny.
Wow, Daryl.
I don't know.
That's a good
I don't know
one.
it either.
Huh? I don't remember. I know. You can't, I'm asking
Do that,
you.
Not deliver? That's
Listen,
terrible.
you motherfuckers act like we don't have Wi-Fi in this basement.
Don't make me Google.
Yeah, please Google right away. I got to give my number 3. So, my number 3 is a movie that was covered, like Mark, The Last Dragon.
Nice.
Man, that like El DeBarge song.
Oh, so
as a
fucking
young
good.
kid, I didn't know much about music.
Dude, what about Vanity?
Wow, listen,
So hot.
She's fantastic.
her Action Jackson was.
Oh,
Whoa, relax. The
You know,
table
she,
just
she
moved.
found she found God in real life.
did she?
Yeah.
Wow, she's there now.
Yeah.
So she found him in real life
Holy
because
shit.
she died like last year.
What's the most odd thing about that movie? The craziest thing.
The glowing.
The fact that the fact that somebody caught a bullet with his teeth.
No. There's a pizza shop in the hood.
Oh, that's right. No, but there's Daddy
that-
Green's Pizza.
Right.
Direct your pizza to Daddy Green's
There you
Pizza.
go.
Kiss my
Maybe we
Converse.
should take that out too. Gotta just say that.
I don't know.
My Converse.
That's all right. No one's gonna listen this far in. We're in the 3rd hour.
Definitely no Asians either. After
No,
that
the way they
fucking,
tuned
that
out.
Daryl remark.
They,
you know?
oh my god. Yeah, no, that movie was great. There was something about the '80s that really embraced the martial arts culture. A lot of
Yes.
ninja movies.
Sure.
And this was just one of them, and it like incorporated, like New York. I love anything in New York. And it had like the music scene. I still fucking say Eddie Arcadian to this
Nice.
day, and that stupid girl that he was dating.
Oh, God,
that he
she
was
was so
trying.
fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Had the pepperonas and shit though. That
Yes.
was cool. That was
Yeah.
cool shit.
You know what?
Why wouldn't they just give her a chance though?
But yeah, Vanity definitely looked, very fantastic.
Oh,
in
yeah.
that, so.
Yeah, she's.
Mr. Brian Langan, number 2.
Wait, did you find out what Daryl stands for?
No, I'll do it right now.
Any updates on Weezer and the Monkees? Anything? All right, we'll get back to you. Number
our
2, I got a
Tabitha
movie
Soren.
no one probably fucking knows. Hawk the Slayer.
No.
No.
Matthew Roderick? No, that's
Jack Palance might be the only person recognizable.
Oh, I'm
in this
thinking of
movie.
Lady
This
Hawk.
movie was on like Channel 9 every Saturday.
Nice.
It's like low rent Lord of the Rings
Is that
shit.
before or after Steam Pipe Alley?
with Mario Cantone.
Yeah, here Rivers
Man,
Cuomo.
you guys are bringing out some deep cuts.
Yeah. Look at this guy.
What does this stand
Mike
for?
just gave me a phone. Oh no, he doesn't stand for anything. He gave me Rivers Cuomo monkeys.
Ah.
I thought we were getting to Daryl.
Now we're getting to Daryl last.
Fuck.
No, but it was like one of those. It was probably made in like Italy, overdubbed or whatever. It's like a low rent Lord of the Rings kind of movie. Sword, sorcery, all those. There was a whole craze of that in the 80s
Yep.
too. The only time I've ever heard it referenced since my childhood
Today?
was in Spaced, which was a TV comedy in Britain with
Oh yes.
what's his name?
Simon Pegg.
Simon
Yeah.
Pegg. Yeah, it was like his first show on TV in Britain called Space, about a couple of roommates, whatever. Very good show too.
Yeah.
Highly recommended. But they referenced this movie, and I was like, oh shit, that's the first time I've heard about it.
That's
So I
awesome.
have like flashbacks,
Yeah.
but it doesn't hold up whatsoever. Do not look for it. Do not check it out. You probably won't anyway. But I liked it.
All right. So are we up to number 2? Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit! What the fuck was your number 3, Mark? I don't even remember.
Karate
Karate
Kid.
Kid.
Okay, what's your number 2?
People under the stairs.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you, man.
Yeah.
I have a little bit more respect for you today. After
That was my
pick.
favorite.
Yeah, that was a really
It was a scary movie.
definitely, especially the villains were so good because they were so
So
like,
real.
evil. Yeah,
It was
Yeah,
a
so real.
total like play on Ronald. It was Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
If you look back at that movie and the context in the 80s, do you remember what that guy looked like?
Yeah.
It was a whole play on Ronald Reagan and Nancy Reagan.
Was
like like a subtext to that. And I think I even read some. It was Wes Craven, right?
Wes Craven, yeah.
That he had that in mind when he made those characters. The guy even he's got the same part and everything.
Yeah.
If you rewatch it, just keep in the
Ving
back of your
Rhames,
head.
man.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Ving Rhames.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Before he got fucked in
And the dude with
Pulp
the
Fiction.
dude with no tongue. What
Yeah.
was it? He
That was
in
the
a
guy
lot
from the
of
milk
shit.
commercial, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
And the
Christ.
girl was on My So-Called Life.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
I forget her name too. Not
Bach-
Claire
Bach
Danes,
sets her
the
up high,
other
those
one.
The
on
other one.
alphabetized.
The druggy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hippie looking
Yeah.
Yeah.
drug.
I have such a good
Ecstasy
story
girl.
about her.
Do you go ahead? Get on the mic so we don't miss it, just in case. Let me listen to this shit back, and I'm like, yo, it's like Mike's not even in.
True. So
Daryl.
it was when Inside was on tour with Movie Life, and we were out in California.
I already like this.
On
I
the
already
San
like it.
Monica
Oh
Pier,
shit.
and I saw her, Rayanne Graff. I
There you
saw
go.
her. That's not her real name. That was her name in the show. And she was talking to some random girl. Friendly conversation. She was in those cut-off overalls. Just came off the beach. Looked as beautiful in person as she did.
Talk in that mic. Just I don't want to miss it.
So she looked as beautiful in person as she did on the show. So I told Vinny, I said, Vinny from Movie Life, I was like, dude, take my camera. Back then, no phones, obviously. We still had the disposable cameras. So I was like, take my camera and take a picture of me. And I walked behind her, and I did exactly what John Cusack didn't say anything during the graduation when he kind of stepped up behind her and, like photobombed her almost.
Yeah.
And she finished her conversation at that moment, and she just turned around and looked at me, and I'm staring at her, and she goes, you could have just asked me to take a picture with you. And I was like, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Where's the
I
picture?
had my moment, and I have no idea. I have no idea.
Man.
Yeah, I had my moment with her,
Wow.
and she would have been receptive to at least me talking to her. and instead I pulled the total
Creep.
punk move, and she called me out.
She
on
could have been Mrs. Malama.
it. She is
Ah.
in my head.
She
She
is.
is. Yeah.
She married. She like married into royalty.
Did she?
Yeah.
All right, scratch that last part there.
Yeah.
I did say she was Mrs. Malama.
Yeah, she's like a princess or some shit now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
on IMDb.
Is it?
That's what I do at work.
Nice.
Anyway,
Number 2, Parker?
Number 2, I have a movie that probably nobody ever heard of. It's called Morgan Stewart's Coming Home.
Oh, yeah, of
John
course.
Cryer.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that was...
Okay.
God
Yeah.
damn.
His bedroom pretty much looks like what I've made this basement look like. I think we're getting somewhere with that. And I remember watching it, and I thought the coolest part was this guy's into horror and like effects and all this shit, and he goes to the mall to get away from his parents, and over the loudspeaker you hear, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, George Romero is signing his novel, The Zombies That Ate Pittsburgh, at Walden Books. And you actually have George Romero in the fucking movie signing this book called Zombies That Ate Pittsburgh, which I had no clue what the fuck it was. Now it's over there. And fucking loved it.
Full circle.
Yeah, full circle.
Is that the guy from that terrible show with Charlie Sheen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yes.
Oh my God.
John Cryer.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
brought. I used to love that movie.
Yes.
Wow.
I never saw
That is
one.
crazy.
That's so high
I have
now.
not thought
That
about
was
that
on
in-
like HBO like every single day summer of probably
Yeah, I
like
saw that.
86 or something.
Yeah.
Awesome HBO movie he was in. Hiding
Hiding out.
Out.
man.
Hiding out,
Yeah.
definitely. He was
First time I heard Catch Me I'm Falling, baby.
He was actually
Pretty in
also
Pink,
in the shitty, terrible Superman 4.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Never saw it.
Oh,
The Quest for
really?
Peace.
Say I never saw it.
Quest for Peace.
How dare
Yeah.
really?
I
One of
heard,
the one of the worst supervillains ever in that fucking
Well, it
movie.
was a canon film.
No.
I heard he's got a good book. He was on Stern.
He was on Stern
And
promoting the book.
sounded interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd read it, but
No, I don't.
it sounded interesting enough
He's.
that I'd mention it right now. That's it.
You trying to plug him? 10 people. All right, so my number 2 is a movie that affected me from the time I saw it as a kid till like I would have reoccurring dreams about this movie that scared the shit out of me. Number 2, Halloween. The original Halloween.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
scared
Scary
the
movie.
fuck out of me
Still
Still.
still holds up.
because I'm trying to think of what it was. Maybe just watching it at such an early age because of the mom and pop shops. Like, my parents gave the okay for these fucking savages at the video shop to let me rent whatever I wanted, which, I mean, great idea, I guess. And everything about it was just, like, scary. It was just completely scary because he doesn't kill you right away. He doesn't pop up. Like, you just see a mask. You hear breathing.
Music.
And, like,
Great score.
Carpenter's fucking score. Yeah.
it's the ultimate in tension and suspense. Like when you think of tension and suspense, like by the time he actually kills someone, you're almost relieved. You're like, God damn, finally, after stalking them for like the whole movie. And I would have reoccurring Michael Myers dreams as a kid because it was just that scary to me. Friday the 13th, great. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, great. Nightmare on Elm Street, great. But there was something special about the first 2 Halloweens because they were fucking frightening.
Yeah, they were.
So,
And that was the first of the batch, right?
That was-
the
yeah.
OG.
so the
slasher
OG.
flick. Yeah.
All right, so before we finish up here and we get to our number
I didn't get
ones.
my number 2.
Oh, jeez.
But it's totally basic.
No,
It probably doesn't even need conversation.
Go ahead, you
The
basic.
Natural.
What is it?
The Natural.
The Natural.
Great movie.
I love that movie. That's a good one.
Robert Redford.
That's the
Baseball.
pool? Oh, baseball.
He breaks the
Yeah.
light. And
Okay.
he hits the.
You know what's fucked up about that movie? Once again, as a kid, the fact that like he dies, right? Or he gets
His dad
shot.
died. No, he gets shot. Yeah, when he's younger.
Yeah, I was just like, that's fucking like I don't know, like
It's
is
a
it?
dark movie.
It's a dark movie.
Also, in the book, he strikes out. He doesn't hit the home run at the end. Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a book on it.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
idea. I'm not a book reader. I don't know. I read Spin
Hooked on
magazine.
phonics.
Yeah. All right. So, like always, we're going to read the list here. We have some people that came in. You want to do Todd's or who do you?
Yeah,
have?
I'm embarrassed to say I forgot my notebook when I came here tonight. So, Todd Reynolds, our
Fuck him.
friend, he who refused to participate in the hairband countdown because he said it's gay or something to that effect, or for girls.
It's for girls.
The only thing I remember he told me was Mighty Joe Young, which was, I think, a King Kong
Yep.
kind of knockoff.
Yep.
And Todd's even older than me.
Old
So
as
I'm
fuck.
just going to get, really, really old. I think he's 50-something.
He's
So
up there.
I'm going to guess that his other four were The Great Train Robbery, D.W. Griffith's Birth of a Nation, one of the first movies ever made, Charlie Chaplin's The Kid, and the Marx Brothers and Night at the
Nice.
Opera,
Man, he's
because
fucking
they're all
old.
fucking really old
He's
movies,
fucking
and I
old.
forgot his list. That's it.
Okay, I have Mike Krug. His list is The Outsiders,
Great one.
Red
Nice.
Dawn,
Oh, yeah.
Star Wars, Smokey and the Bandit, and Airplane 2.
Fucking Airplane.
Fucking solid.
Yeah. Very solid.
My friend Nate Vanderwerker, all the way over in Oregon, he's got Faces of Death.
Childhood?
Amazing.
Wow.
That's good parenting right there.
Yeah,
Holy
I used
shit.
I brought Faces of Death.
Was
to-
number 4 Human Centipede?
yeah, in the future.
Deep Throat.
Yes, that's it. Shut it down.
Number 5, Faces of Death. Then you got Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Okay.
That's a great one. Return of the Jedi, The Never-Ending Story, and
Nice.
Dark Crystal.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike Randall, who is very hairy and takes lots of pictures.
It's his birthday today.
Today's his birthday. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
He has Bachelor Party,
Nice.
Reform Schoolgirls,
Pervert. Great. Wendy O. Williams.
Yeah.
Bad Boys, which I love.
Oh, nice.
That was the Sean Penn movie.
Yeah, fuck that other Will Smith shit.
Yeah,
I was
that's
thinking, like, how old is he, man? That shit came out.
Police Academy, good one,
Yeah.
and Vacation.
Nice.
Johnny North. Johnny North. He has. He writes my list so vanilla. Goonies, E.T., Real Genius, Ghostbusters, and Star Wars.
Solid.
Steve Andolfo from probably my favorite local band of all time, Small Arms Dealer. RoboCop 2, Condor Man.
Oh, shit. That movie fucking ruled, man. Nice
Fucking
one.
guy didn't even finish the list. All right, fuck off then.
But he got Condor Man in, so-
Yeah, no, he's like, yo, if need be, Skype
RoboCop
me in,
2 has the nuke,
and I'll
man.
do an episode on the brilliance that is Condor Man.
Yeah,
I would be
I'm
happy
with them
to.
on that, yeah. I got it on DVD.
All right,
Nice.
Mac Randy. I don't know who the hell Mac Randy
That's
is.
yeah, that's
I can't imagine people that we don't know listen.
yeah, I know. No, those are yeah, I had the two brothers.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Does anyone know that guy?
All right, he has Clue, Goonies, Princess Bride, Dark Crystal, and Young Frankenstein.
Yep.
Jake Freeman, all the way out in Brooklyn, has absolutely nothing. All right.
Nice. Good list.
What a childhood.
Alex
sad.
Amarudin,
Yes.
all right, our buddy, our
Bandmate.
pretty much for like a record for those 4 songs. 5 Nightmare on Elm Street, 4 Gremlins, 3 Goonies, 2 Beastmaster.
Nice.
Number one I overlooked, Flash Gordon.
Good
Hell
one.
Yeah.
Good
Great
one.
soundtrack.
Dan Lamelli from Incendiary has Temple of Doom. Good one. Goonies, Predator, Beastmaster, and Labyrinth. With honorable mentions to Sword and the Sorcerer and Ice Pirates.
Predator's great.
Yeah, Predator's great.
No doubt.
And I think, all right, let me just do this one real quick. Matt Frias has Big, Goonies, The Peanut Butter Solution, Gremlins, and Twins. You got yours?
Yeah, I got a couple. I got Rob Link has 5 The Burbs, 4 Goonies, 3 One Crazy Summer, 2 Great Outdoors, number 1 Big Trouble in Little China. My buddy Cameron has number 5 Weekend at Bernie's, number 4 Back to the Future, number 3 Home Alone, number 2 The Goonies, number 1 Naked Gun. Mike Grande has number 5 The Gate, number 4 Brighton Beach Memoirs, number 3 Pink Panther Strikes Again, number 2 My Favorite Year, which I actually had to look that up today. I didn't know fucking clue.
Peter
what that was.
O'Toole.
Yes. Number 1 Young Frankenstein. Our good friend Dan Terr, Van Halen guy, big Van Halen guy. Number 5
Pound cake.
number 5 Batman, and he had to tell me it's the Michael Keaton Batman, just so you know. So fucking get that right.
All right, thank God. For
Yeah. Number 4, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Number 3, Goonies. Number 2, Karate Kid. And number 1, Beverly
Stomp
Hills
442.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop.
He knows films.
Yeah. But he had honorable mention to Roger Rabbit and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
All
All right. So we're gonna do our number ones. Then we're gonna wrap it up. So my number one. Actually, no, it's not my turn. I'm the last guy.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What the
bro?
fuck? I'm fucking shit up over here. Yo, Langan, what's your number one?
My number one. First of all, I gotta give a shout out. Didn't make the list, but almost Bugsy Malone. Don't know
Yo,
if you know that
me
one.
too. Me
The
too.
Splurge Gun.
Yeah.
Young Scott Baio, Jodie Foster.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
But Flash Gordon.
Oh, there it is.
That movie's so cool looking. Even now, like Blu-ray especially, the colors
Yeah.
pop on that shit. What's his name? Max von Sydow, I believe, is Ming the Merciless.
His daughter in that was so
Yo,
hot.
Ornella
She was
Moody
so
is
hot.
still one of the finest girls ever. And look, she's on Facebook, and she looks even finer now.
Nice.
She's like 60-something years old.
I used to like when he
Perfect.
whipped her.
When
I
she
used to be into
came
that.
in the
Yeah.
spaceship and
Oh,
got
yeah.
up on Flash. But anyway, I digress. The Hawkmen were badass.
Yeah.
Queen soundtrack.
Dive.
It was total pulp, and it tried to be. It didn't try to be some like. It knew it had like a kitsch, cheese camp factor, and it
I
didn't
loved
give
it.
a fuck. And it holds up. Really does. I love that movie. That's it.
Number one, Mark.
You know, I feel like it's a little, cliche now, but Back to the Future.
No, it's not.
Can't go wrong
That's
with
fine.
that.
Can't go wrong with that.
Absolutely not.
Completely.
Yeah.
Like they're, it's kind of like the Beatles. It's like your vanilla pick of the Beatles. You know,
Leah Thompson again.
it's like the obvious choice, but
Damn.
it's an obvious choice because it's just fucking a perfect movie. Like it's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that movie. The concept, the execution,
is.
the characters, fucking Biff. You know, everything is
So good.
fucking Biff.
Crispin Glover.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Crispin Glover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything,
Great.
everything.
Fantastic. That was the movie that got me into like old cars, like first.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that, and when he goes back to the 50s right off the bat.
I can't believe I missed you 3 times today. He's like, I'm on Clinton. What the fuck? I'm like, really? Number one, Parker?
Number 1 is a movie that you really never heard of this, called BMX Bandits.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Like this
Look
fucking
at that.
merch.
That's
Wow.
it. And it's about
We're
this-
on radio, so I got to
Yeah, I know.
explain that
Yeah,
Parker is wearing a
wearing
BMX.
a BMX Bandits T-shirt.
Yes.
And
He brought props.
yeah, it's a
Here's the carrot.
I
top
didn't know
of
we
that,
were
the-
supposed to bring props.
it's about a little BMX group that's comprised of Goose, PJ, and Powder Puff, because they're from Australia. Good day, mate. You know,
Wow.
and they steal a walkie from bank robbers, and
that old gag.
yeah, and they just go with it. And at the end of the movie is probably one of the best bubble fight scenes I've ever seen. You know,
Bubble
rated.
fight?
Yeah.
There are many.
Yeah, I think it was maybe rated G, if that. But fun for the whole family. BMX Bandits.
I like it. You saw it, Mike?
I did.
Yeah.
It's Nicole Kidman's first movie.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Good
It's
eye,
actually
good eye,
terrible.
mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we picked some good ones,
Yeah.
but I mean, the childhood stuff could
Yeah.
be.
I mean, I have like all these other backups. I had like Howard the Duck, War Games.
Howard the Duck.
War
Yeah.
games.
I was thinking about that
Yeah.
earlier.
Yo,
War
Leah
Games.
War
Thompson's
Games was
all
on
over.
point,
Like Leah
man.
Thompson is
Like Father, Like Son.
Oh yeah.
Was that,
Is that
with
the one
Kirk
with Kurt
Cameron?
Yeah.
and Dudley Moore, right?
Pooch.
There was a lot of those switch with your
Yep.
Freaky Friday.
Vice versa.
Vice versa. That was
18
18
again?
again.
Who was that one?
Yep.
Vice versa was
Oh,
Judge Reinhold.
Judge Reinhold
and Fred Savage.
yes,
Malice
and they
at
went
the
to
Palace.
They went. Who did they
Malice
go
at
see?
the Palace.
They saw Autograph in
No,
concert.
Malice.
Was
Did
it
they see
Malice?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did Autograph open up for Poison?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Autograph opened up for David Lee Roth. I do remember.
There
I'll
you
tell
go.
you this. I think the 5 of us should go see Def Leppard tomorrow. But that's just me.
Shit.
I like Def Leppard.
Fucking great. Who doesn't like Pyromania? I mean, I don't know what they sound.
You know they're not going to play any
This
of
guy
that
raised his
shit.
fucking hand in the.
You don't like Pyromania?
I don't like that metal at all. I was pure hip hop at that point in my life.
Me too, but Jesus Christ, how you like you hear Photograph and you're gonna hate on Photograph?
Great riff.
What a fantastic song.
Oh,
Jesus
perfect song.
Christ.
Cinderella was really my shit back in the day.
Yes.
We did that the
Top
last
5 hair
episode we
metal
did.
bands. That was my number
and
one.
Cinderella found its way to a lot of top
Yeah,
five.
they were good. They had good
They were
songs.
one of the-
Singer's he writes country songs now, I think.
Tom Kiefer.
Well, I think
Yeah.
country, when you write country, is like now that's like the last frontier.
That's the last stop on the train.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
That's where Ron Keel ended up. And there's a guy that was in fucking Morbid Angel. I was just talking to
Nice.
Mike Randall about
You're
this.
right.
He's doing country.
He's doing
Oh, Peter Vincent?
Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
'Cause we were
Fucking
trying to get
Morbid,
Terrence-
Yeah, because Morbid Angel's playing with Suffocation.
Suffocation.
We were
We-
talking about that.
getting
And I
Terrence
said,
from
oh, they're playing
Suffocation.
death metal again? Like,
Ah.
is that dude's like singing country? Before that, they made like a fucking techno record or something, too.
You know, a
Weird
lot of
career
metal
path.
bands go wrong with the techno record. You know, that's like the way. In my head, I don't know. I've Googled, but you know, I got Man on the Street behind him. All right, Mike. Before you knock Pyromania again, that's
Seriously. So you're number one and
Yes.
get the fuck out of here. Go ahead.
My one honorable mention is Secret of My Success.
oh,
Ah,
that's
good
a good one.
Kind of
Yes.
pained me to leave off.
Yeah.
But number one is Watership Down.
Oh.
What the fuck is that?
That was that sick fucking cartoon.
Yep.
Holy shit, you are about that shit, aren't you?
Yeah, you're
He's got
about that
a
life.
tattoo.
He's got a water.
It's a dark ass
No.
animation.
Dude,
Cartoon.
It's so fucking depressing.
I
And
had the chicken pox, and my father went out to get me a bunch of movies, and he brought that home because it had animated bunny rabbits on it. He
Oh,
figured it
yeah.
was good for kids.
no,
These rabbits clawed and chewed each other to death.
yeah.
This is not a kid's
It's
movie.
fucking sick.
What is the
amazing.
tattoo? Let me see. That's
That's
it.
the opening scene of the movie.
Man, that's some real shit.
It's
Because
really
like,
good.
it,
It's so worth watching. I have it on DVD. It's in the W section.
Nice.
I'm in
See?
the-
Wow.
There you go.
wow. All
Yeah.
right, Parker, number one.
I
did,
feel
BMX
bad
Bandits.
because he's
Oh.
got the
Yeah, BMX
shirt. This
Yo.
guy got a tattoo of his fucking number one. I just read it off a fucking sheet of loose leaf. I didn't even bring my fucking notebook.
Yeah, Mark, you got Back
God.
to the Future tattoo.
Yes, you have anything on?
I do. I have a flux capacitor.
Nice. Yeah, are you serious?
I do.
That's amazing.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
It's in the car outside, right?
Tramp stamp.
You really do?
I do. I do. Yeah.
Oh, fuck you guys, man.
Man, I got nothing.
I know. Like my number one is.
I'm friends with
Goonies.
Ornella Moody on Facebook, so I can see her pictures.
All right, my number one is Goonies. I don't think that there's a movie that's better than Goonies. Besides maybe Big Trouble in Little China and
Nice.
Back to the Future. But aside from that,
I have to say I'm sorry. I got to talk about Goonies and Mike Malamo and being in a band with Ed. I thought I said I wouldn't bring up Eddie, but I'm going to. Is
Save the
Eddie
best for
Eddie
last.
not Chunk?
Oh my God.
He's exactly Chunk. Is
100%.
100%. Like when he talks about Michael Jackson coming to his house to go to the bathroom but Janet Jackson actually came. Like the whole thing. He is Chunk. Anyway. I know.
hopefully one day,
I know.
hopefully one day this podcast will make it to Eddie and he'll listen.
Man, I would love for Eddie to come here and have Mike on it.
Well, yeah, well, everybody will be on here, so we'll even
just do the
we'll even
inside
ask
reunion
Fred.
down
We'll
here,
splurge
man.
for another mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another
Yeah.
mic or two. Maybe even
Yeah,
the
actually, right.
headphones.
we only have 4.
There you go.
But yeah, definitely.
That's why you people got to get that shit on iTunes.
Yeah.
So we can get more mics.
Yeah, we need some fucking revenue. You know, we need a bigger table. You know,
We're getting too big for this basement. You know?
So, but I real quick to talk about just like the future stuff. I like when people come in. I don't want to do phone stuff. You know, it's just different. Like everyone that I spoke to that wanted to come in and do stuff, everyone kind of doesn't live close to here. But I can't imagine doing this shit on the phone. It just doesn't work. I like sitting across.
You should Facebook Live it, man. I should have done. I feel like I should have done it, but
You
I
let
didn't.
the fans down. You know, they would have seen that misfire.
What about when we run out of everyone on Long Island we know? Maybe we'll switch to the phone then.
See,
We said something about phones a while back, but we kind of changed our stance.
Back in episode 5,
There's nobody left on this island that's within a band, in a band, gonna form a band.
Well, we don't need band people, but it just works out because
We'll just get Todd on, man. We'll just get Todd Reynolds on.
we got to get the watch on so you can talk about every show.
Man.
Yeah. No,
You know, but it's just fun to do it.
everybody's got a story to tell, man.
Yeah.
You know?
So, because I was thinking of like Christian, because when I told
Yep.
Christian, he lives in Queens, and then like another dude, Joe
And
Grillo
you
from
just
the
got to
band
get like him
Garrison.
and Enriquez, and they'll fucking have 900 stories about each other.
Another thing, yeah,
Yeah.
Enriquez. So like people that live in Brooklyn, obviously, it's just like, you know, it's like, am I ever?
I
gonna
mean,
be
the
in
app is
town?
coming out soon. Where in the world is Chris Enriquez that you could like track him all over the place? You know, he's eating breakfast with Dave Grohl, you know, right now, and he's over
The
here.
only person I'm jealous of is as far as schedule wise, it's Chris. Chris is everywhere.
Yep.
You know,
I didn't know that.
yeah, Chris is everywhere. I mean, you were in California without me, and that's cool.
Uh-huh.
But this guy, like, somehow, I feel like Chris Enriquez cloned himself, and he checks into 10 different places
Yeah.
at once.
Wow.
Like, and what I love about him is, like, when I talk about music, I love, like, my one friend, Mike Margione, was like, don't you think you just, like too many things? And I'm like, so whenever I hear Chris Enriquez talk about a band, it's always like his favorite band.
Yeah,
and
oh,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like they just put out, and it's like 10 different genres.
Yeah.
So it's funny. But yeah, all right. So my number one was Goonies
What was Chris Enriquez's band's name?
on the Might of Princes.
Mighty Princess.
Yeah.
So, my number one is Goonies. I love it. It's the best. And let me tell you another thing about Goonies. I was more Martha Plimpton than I was Andy.
Tripping.
I know, right? That's some fucked up shit.
No.
I know.
And it was hot in Lucas too. Another childhood movie, Lucas.
I don't know why. I just liked short hair back then.
Nice, Jeremy Piven. There.
Jeremy Piven.
That's awesome.
I got a story about Jeremy Piven.
Listen.
Let's hear it.
Anybody know that band Amberlin?
Yes.
Yes.
They
Well-
put out a great. Oh God.
Our Taking Back Sunday's tour manager used to manage them, and their guitar player Joey is a very big fan of Entourage, and I guess they went to like some awards show where in Hollywood people were there. You know, it was a big thing, whatever. And he gave his phone to Andy and was like, hey, listen, when Jeremy Piven stops talking to these girls over there, I'm going to go up to him and ask him if I can get a picture with him. And then, so they waited like a really long time for him to stop talking to the girls. And when he did, he was like, hey, man, can I get a picture? And he just looks at him and goes, no. He just walked away. I thought it
Man,
was
he
really
could
funny.
he could have been the third guitarist for Taking Back Sunday with that attitude. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we got to get him a slot.
I don't know what it is. Everyone's different, I guess, but like, why wouldn't you just pose?
I heard that guy's a tool.
Yeah, I've heard he's a
heard a lot of
total
stuff.
asshole.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the only reason
not
I would feel
isolated.
weird about posing for a picture, because like the older I get, the fatter I get, so I'm very like conscious about it. So like that's it. Like, so if I pose, like like this picture is gonna be everywhere, but like I couldn't imagine someone in his position just saying no. You know, I met Redman just recently. That was cool.
Yeah.
And he was just like, my girlfriend's like, can he take a picture with you? Which I wasn't thinking. I don't want to bother someone with a picture. He's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So he took.
I mean, if you can't take a picture with someone, you're an asshole.
Kinda.
You're
Yeah.
you're a gigantic
You
asshole.
know,
Yep.
like unless you, I don't know. Like if you're a dude, like who cares? Just pose.
Yeah.
You know, not like we expected, but it's like, oh, who gives a shit.
I get that.
So, all right. So, that was episode 5. Thanks to Mark O'Connell from
Thank you.
the lovely band Taking Back Sunday. Thanks to Mike Malamo from the lovely band Dead of Winter and now Long Island Campfire. So we get to do a
Nice.
show together in a few weeks. Feel free to come down. You know, Parker lives 5 minutes away.
That's
he
it,
won't be
man.
there,
Yeah.
but that's
No,
about
I'll be sleeping by 7:30 probably.
So next episode we're gonna have Jeff Vab
Yes.
From, trip phase to fucking everything,
In this
including
moment, Filter 6 a.m.
and now
Black Label Society now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk top 5 rock docs.
Yes. And something else.
Yeah, we're gonna
when
give
he
him.
gets back to me.
Yeah, he's gonna list
I
his.
think it's going to be a Lilith Fair lineups from his least favorite to his favorite, or Lilith Fair headline or something like that. I think he's going to call me back on that one. But
Sarah McLachlan.
Nice.
yeah, I think every year, right? It was her.
Probably, I don't
She
know.
alternated with the Indigo Girls. I
Nice.
believe. 10,000 Maniacs.
Joan Osborne, maybe.
Yeah,
Joan
no.
Osborne. I
He,
forgot about her.
It'll be a good time. He's
Wasn't
got good
she in
stories.
Grosse Point Blank?
Was
No,
she?
that's fucking Minnie Driver. Never mind.
Close enough. Curly hair.
So
But yeah, it'll be fun. Good stories. Good dude.
cool. So this is fun. We get to do this. I like it. That's it. Then I guess, right? No one's got anything.
I hated what's her face more than anything out of the girls. The lady that
Abbey
sang
Road?
the lady that sang about her boyfriend who was Uncle Joey. What was her fucking name?
Oh, Alanis
Oh,
Morissette.
yeah, I was.
Yeah, she's
Wow.
she was annoying.
Yeah.
You know what though? I'll tell you this, and I know that Ballard guy who co-wrote the record. When I listen to You Ought to Know, great hook, great chord progression, great lyrics.
Why do you listen to that though? Like, how does that come in?
You listen to that
how does
in
that
your
come
car
in your earphones
By
Like,
yourself, don't you?
Yo,
You
look at
fucking.
Mike.
I bet you he listens to Ironic and he does all the parts in the car, right?
Yo,
Every red light you turn.
when
it
I
down.
scratch my nails down someone's back, I hope you feel it. I hope you feel it. That shit is like hard as fuck, yo. It's great. I like it. I like the lyrics.
It's in your CD player right now. When you get in the car.
Listen, I do have CDs actually in my car, and it's, I think like
I heard they don't even put CD players in
They don't.
cars anymore.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they don't.
I must have got the last one.
you got my shit's from 2006 though.
What?
I got the
They're
200.
that like, I'm gone,
If it
far
makes
gone.
you feel any better, I got 2 VCRs down here. So,
Let's watch Rawhead Rex.
Rawhead Rex.
All right, so we'll just keep talking. But all right, we're good. Signing off.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.